Top 10 animals that can defend themselves from their predators. Being in the wild, it's natural that some animals fight and dominate while others end up in their belly or just suffer because they are smaller or less powerful. Animals also have developed strategies to keep them safe from danger. For some, these defense mechanisms are crucial to surviving in the wild. Some of these means of protecting themselves are well known and obvious. You've probably smelled the presence of a nearby skunk without ever seeing it. Others are more subtle, and others are downright bizarre. Welcome to Kingdom Animalia, where we bring all the lesser known facts about animals. Do subscribe and ring that bell over there so you'll get notified every time we post a new video. Today, we are talking about ways various animals survive the jungle. Anti-predator adaptations, as we could call them, are mechanisms developed through evolution that assist prey organisms in their constant struggle against predators. Throughout the animal kingdom, adaptations have evolved for every stage of this struggle, namely by avoiding detection, warding off attack, fighting back, or escaping when caught. The first line of defense consists in avoiding detection through mechanisms such as camouflage, masquerade, apostatic selection, living underground, or nocturnality. Let's look at these 10 animals and how they go about surviving in the jungle. Number 1. Warthog. Warthogs protect themselves from predators by fleeing or sliding backwards into a hole, thus being in a position to use their formidable tusks in an attack. The warthog has poor vision, though better than most other African wild pigs, but its sense of smell and hearing are pretty good. A warthog's tusks are formidable defense weapons. They are modified canine teeth that grow sideways out of the warthog's mouth, and the upper tusk can reach lengths of about 60 centimeters and the lower about 13 centimeters. Although the lower tusks are the smaller ones, these are the ones that can cause serious injury to unwary enemies. The lower tusk articulates against the inner groove of the upper tusk, and each time the warthog's mouth opens or closes, the lower tusks are sharpened and become blade sharp. The upper tusks of old females curl over the snout more than in males. According to Megan Emmett, a specialist in South Africa, when fleeing danger, warthogs erect their tails while comically looking like navigational aerials. This action is, in fact, an involuntary muscular reaction activated when the pigs take fright and run away. The tail acts as a follow-me sign to the piglets and other members of the sounder, especially necessary when running through tall grass. Number 2. Zebra. Looking at a zebra, one would think it must be an easy prey for the tough predators, but do not be fooled by their innocent looks. Zebras also know how to stand up for themselves and fight to their very last breath. Like horses, zebras can use their back legs to kick. The kick is so powerful that it can stun the predator. Also, there are ways that the zebras can camouflage themselves using their stripes. Zebras can often be seen together in packs. Since predators will see a large group of these black and white striped beasts, they know to stay away. The zebras as a group can defend their particular community by keeping their pace suitable for any elderly or young amongst them. When an individual zebra is being threatened by another species, other zebras will surround it and try to form a protective circle or shield. A good way to say, united we stand, divided we fall. Number 3. Giraffe. Sometimes we could look at giraffes and think, who would dare attack such a gigantic animal? Oh well, there's a very long list of predators waiting for the slightest opportunity to rip them apart, especially the younger ones. In defense, the giraffe's most powerful protective asset is a powerful kick it gives with its front feet, with a force strong enough to kill a lion. Nature gave the giraffe several non-violent characteristics that help it survive. The giraffe's height is important to its survival. They have extremely acute long-range vision, which enables it to detect predators from great distances. They also have long legs as well as necks, and the unique way they run with both legs on each side leave the ground at the same time, which gives giraffes an impressive long stride, allowing them to cover long distances quickly and without expending too much energy. When you're as tall as a giraffe, you tend to stick out. But then the giraffe's unique blotchy coloring camouflages the herbivore while it eats leaves off trees. Number 4. Buffalo. The buffalo has many enemies, one of which is the lion. The breath of a lion isn't what you would want to experience in the last moments of your life, especially when that lion is suffocating you with its mouth. So the buffalo has several defenses it uses. The buffalo sleeps minutes at a time for a daily total of around 2 hours. This helps prevent rude awakenings by predators. They also have an excellent sense of smell, and a whiff of lion will put them on high alert. Their sense of sight and hearing aren't as keen, but it helps that the lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. Most African buffalo casualties are older lone males who have been forced out of land due to aggressive behavior that is no longer welcomed by their younger replacements and the females who love them. So when the herd travels, the smaller, younger and weaker buffaloes stay in the middle, and the stronger males lead and form the protective outer ring of the herd, and most times they instill fear in the enemy. Number 5. Gazelle. Here is a scenario. A group of gazelle grazing is being watched by a predator. Between bites of grass, each one snaps up its head to check out its surroundings. Bright eyes scan the horizon. Ears swivel to pick up the slightest sound. Nostrils flare to sniff off the scent of a cheetah, lion, or other hungry predator. Suddenly, a few gazelles snort and stamp their feet. The entire herd goes on high alert. The black bands that run down the gazelle's sides quiver, passing along the message, danger. Then some of the gazelles begin bouncing like they are on pogo sticks. It is impossible at this point for the predator to launch a surprise attack. Gazelles rely on their speed to escape from predators. Gazelles can reach speeds up to 60 meters per hour in short bursts and sustain speeds of 30 to 40 meters per hour. When running, gazelles use a bounding leap called pronking or strutting, which involves stiffly springing into the air with all 4 feet. Number 6. Elephant. Elephants are the largest land mammals in the world and of course aren't expected to fear anything. But that doesn't mean they are not scared of ending up as a dinner of a predator, which most often would happen to their young ones. Members of the herd help each other. Together as one, the herd forms strong social bonds and communicates in order to face natural threats around them. Elephants seem to deter predators, partly due to their intimidating size and their herd behavior. Lone predators like the cheetah and leopards will not stand a chance to take on even the smallest or weakest elephants. Herd members will most likely work together to threaten the predator by growling, displaying hostile body language, and charging in masses. Elephants use their trunks and their tusks to protect themselves from predators. They are tailored to catch meals in water and to take flight from water. They also use loud noises to scare away threats. Well, elephants have a tough skin to protect themselves from insect bites. They use their trunks to hit their enemies. Number 7. Porcupine. The porcupine is a very small animal in the wild who goes about minding his business. When the porcupine feels threatened, it curls up on its belly and lets its quills bristle and protrude outwards. This is indeed a porcupine's best defense mechanism. When the spines penetrate the skin of another animal, they are not only very painful. As the animal pulls to remove the quill, the wound can easily cause all sorts of infections. According to animal welfare, when the porcupine adopts this position, it also moves its body and shakes it purposefully, allowing the quills to rattle against each other and making a menacing metallic sound. Most predators think twice before attacking a bristling porcupine. When the porcupine does attack, it moves its tail to hit its quills against the predator. They are not poisonous, but they still pose a danger of infecting the wounded tissue. Number 8. Wildebeest. In fact, the wildebeest is better described as a reliable source of food for the truly menacing predators of the African savanna: lions, cheetahs, wild dogs, and hyenas. The blue wildebeest is a member of the antelope family, although it's heavily built and disproportionately large forequarters, making it look more bovine. They have powerful hooves that are designed to allow them to go over rugged terrain. They also prevent the animal from slipping or sliding in the mud. They are colored dark black with stripes. They have curved horns that help them in protection from enemies. Although wildebeests are unable to adequately camouflage themselves, they are afforded some protection by gathering in large herds. Their horns help them defend themselves. Their dull teeth grind what they eat. Fur keeps them warm in cold weather. They have dark vertical stripes to help hide them in the dark. Number 9. Rhinoceros. Adult rhinoceros have no real predators in the wild, other than humans who hunt them for their hunts. Young rhinos can, however, fall prey to big cats, crocodiles, African wild dogs, and hyenas. The weapons at the rhino's disposal are, of course, its horns, which grow from front of its face and are in fact composed of the same material as human hair, keratin. And it's these horns that they use to fight with other rhinos or to defend themselves or their young against any other potential threat. When an Indian rhino defends itself against a predator or another rhino, it doesn't use its horn to gore its opponent. Instead, it slashes and gorges viciously with the long, sharp incisors and canine teeth on its lower jaw. Number 10. Hippopotamus. Don't let their rotund appearance and vegetarianism fool you. A threatened hippo is a dangerous killing machine and will aggressively attack any creature he deems a danger to himself or others. About as large as a rhinoceros, a hippo is equipped with powerful defense mechanisms that he never needs for hunting, only for self-protection. Some of the reasons they are so big is so that they'll intimidate foes. When a hippo is approached by a threat, he opens his mouth wide to display his teeth as a warning against attack. According to a report from researcher Tom Ryan, a hippo's jaws are extremely powerful, making them a distinctly dangerous animal to take on. For example, a hippo can literally bite a crocodile in half with its jaws or take apart an attacking lion. They may not look like it at first, but hippos are vicious when they need to be. Hippos don't just bite their opponents when defending themselves, they use their massive size to their advantage too. A hippo engaged in battle will actually use his head to bludgeon his enemies, sometimes releasing an intimidating war cry as it does. Hippos protect themselves by living in groups called herds, which can be between 10 and 30 hippos in size. The animals have an established hierarchy within the herd, and while sometimes that can lead to fighting among the group, they generally stick together and protect their own. Which of these animals was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do so, not forgetting to hit that like button and share with your friends.